Here at the Temple of Speed, we welcome you back to Monza for the final race of the weekend in Italian F4. After the drama of Saturday, we go to the sunny skies of Sunday with another front row shared by Key Roberta and Sebastian Weldon. Hello everyone, great to have your company this morning for Italian F4, and I'm looking forward to getting this one underway. And it's been an incredible weekend so far, as we always predict with F4 racing at Monza. It has been an absolute joy to watch and share the coverage with you. We've currently put you on battle screen, so you are all able to see our grid for this contest, and it's a grid that has Key Roberta alongside Sebastian Weldon and Luca Samalisto alongside Salim Hanna. That is your top four, that's your top two rows on the grid, and it's going to be a battle down towards turn one, which is going to be definitely going to see lots of drivers in contention, one including Maximilian Popov, who had a brilliant start to the season. He was a driver contending for those podium spots. It is all faded away for him in Van Amersfoort's 50th year of celebration as well, with their special logo this year. He wants to get that logo right to the top step of the podium, but he'll have to do it from 5th today. He'll minimum, I'm sure, want a podium, but it's not as simple as that. There is a lot that will go on. Great to see the fans in the grandstands as well. They are all ready to watch on, and I'm all ready to talk you through the grid. And it's Key Roberta, who is alongside Sebastian Weldon. We already talked about those two. 200ths of a second separating those two when it came to qualifying. 900ths back was Luca Samalisto. He's in third, and Salim Hanna goes from 4th place on the grid for Prema Racing. 3 Premas in the top 4. Quite good for that team. Maximilian Popper, we just talked about him trying to get a good result. He's in 5th. Newman Chi is in 6th, and then it's Alexander Bondarev alongside Bart Harrison. Alexander Bondarev, of course, had that unfortunate spin in race number 1. David Cosma Christopher is in 9th. Dante Vinci is in 10th place, and then we have Alexander Ruta, one of the drivers who was involved in race 2 yesterday. He is in 11th. Andrea Kostic was a driver in contention in race 2 as well yesterday for some of the higher spots. Artem Sevyukin is in 13th. He had contact yesterday. Kabiran Urag, a driver who found himself going through the runoffs and gravel quite a bit as well. Marcus Sata is in 15th, and then it's Gabriel Gomez, much more lower down compared to what he'd managed. He'd finished 2nd in both races so far this weekend. He'll be trying to improve, but he goes from 16th. That is absolutely terrible for him. And Air Fraser alongside Badr Al-Salati. Then we have Luca Visciano alongside Emmanuel Olivieri. He's not having the best of weekends compared to other rounds. Jan Koller found himself off the road on the opening lap in race 2. Teo Schropp was a driver who found himself off the road as well yesterday. Javier Herrera is having his first third race of the weekend in Italian F4. He's alongside Arthur Lormier, who goes from 24th. Maxim Rem is in 25th. Alex Powell is the driver who starts in 26th position, the Mercedes Junior. And then we have Andre Charles Dupé in 27th. Elia Louise Ways is in 28th. And then, on the next row, off the grid, it is David Ubalta and Alexander Savinkov. We have Francesco Pio Coppola alongside Ludovico Busso. That's 31st, that's 32nd. Just thinking about it, lots of these drivers found themselves with incidents yesterday, so loads of them very disappointed, 100%. Peyton Vescott is in 33rd. Emily Cotti is in 34th. And then we have Phil Collins Stranger in 35th. Andre Rodriguez is in 30. Andre Rodriguez finds himself in the grid spot of 36th place. Apologies, our system momentarily glitched for a second. Everything's okay now. Right. So also the World Feed, they didn't run you through the last 4 drivers on the grid as well, which is quite interesting. So they completely forgot about that one, but do not worry, do not worry. We're going to be getting all set and ready to be going around the Temple of Speed at Monza in Italian F4. The 2 title contenders are Key Roberta and Sebastian Weldon. Weldon has a good opportunity today to gain some points over his rival if he can find himself getting ahead, but you are going to see drivers like Luca Samalisto and Salim Hanna enter themselves into the conversation. Salim Hanna, we mentioned his brilliant performance, his cameo performance in British F4, where he made his debut 2 weeks ago in between this round and Vallelunga, he made his debut in British F4, and he performed absolutely extraordinarily. Did Salim Hanna, to be able to get a win on his debut weekend. He led a virtuosi 1-2 with his teammate. It was an absolutely well-judged performance, and I was watching that British F4 race, and I was so happy that happened. And I remember I was watching, I commentated the Freca race. It was race 2 Freca on Sunday. I commentated it. It was around 12:30, and then we had the Freca race straight after, which then I went on to, we had the British F4 race straight after that, which I went then on to, and got to watch that. And it was great to be able to see one of our very own being able to get on the top step. I'm hoping that we see more of these drivers come over to British F4 for that special Silverstone round as well. It will be really, really great to see, and get as many different talents across so many different series, having some guest appearances. And what a round it would be, getting to experience at F4 level, getting to experience a Formula 1 weekend is absolutely incredible. As we bring you up here to the commentary box, all the live timings will sort themselves out in a second once the race gets underway. That's usually the procedure everything works in. But yeah, absolutely remarkable stuff was that performance from Salim Hanna, and it's incredible to be able to have British F4 at Silverstone, and we'll talk more about it when we actually do have it, because we're covering it. But it's great that F4 drivers get to experience this. Of course, Freca got the chance to support Formula 1 in 2021, especially at Spain, I remember, as well. So they got to experience it at regional level, but to see F4 being out there, and to have this proper thing of F1, F2, F3, F4, it is just absolutely incredible as well. So really nice to be able to get British F4 out there, and I'm hoping maybe we can see one or two of these drivers, but I'm sure there will be some high demand to be able to get a running in that round, and I think understandably we all know the reason why. Okay, well, we are going to get all set and ready to go racing in a few moments time in Italian F4. It's going to be a very, very interesting race and an interesting battle down towards the first corner. We mentioned how all the live timings will come on once those 5 lights go out. I can see everyone standing by on the podium. It's a good view of the podium to the grid where the drivers are about to get the 5 lights coming on. But who will be standing on the podium by the end of 30 minutes of racing plus 1 lap? We have 40 cars finding themselves in position at the back. How is this race going to unfold? It is time to find out. In Italian F4, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights at Monza. And the third race of the weekend is underway, and it's a good launch off the line for pole sitter Key Nakamura Berta. Will maintain the lead in towards turn number 1 as we get the slipstreaming phase of the start. Weldon is in second place. Salim Hanna trying to put some pressure on Luca Samalisto, who's going to go for second place. He sends it around the outside, gets to the apex first, up against Seb Weldon. Can he take that position? A few drivers bowing out as they have to go over the road. Can they all find their way through the opening few turns? It looks like they will. Some have had to use the runoff, and we're very nearly 3 wide as we see the Van Amersfoort under a lot of pressure as we make our way through Curva Grande. It's Key Nakamura Berta, then Sebastian Weldon, who's going to be passed by the driver of Lucas Samalisto, who moves through. There is damage, I think, to one of the drivers there. We've got a Van Amersfoort who is off the road further back, so they've made their way through, but there is a bit of contact and a bit of drama for certain drivers involved. The start is already under investigation for that, and they are going to Lismo 1 in single file. I think that's the number 87 that has got damage as well. So one of the premiers have had an absolutely terrible time of things, as we'll load absolutely everything up for you here on this opening lap. But it's been dramatic, and that's exactly what we like it in Italian F4 as we throw it down towards the Ascari chicane, and we throw it to the Ascari chicane, seeing the drivers get super close and tight together. Can they all make their way through? Lucas Samalisto finding himself scrambling all over the place as he tries to get the power down. One of the cars off the road. Oh, well, I was meant to say Alex Powell was off the circuit at turn number 1 cutting the chicane. We've got a safety car out, and the reason why is we've got Emir Tanju who is off. So Emir Tanju's gone off the road. And I mean, 40 cars on an opening lap. You knew it was going to be a little bit dramatic, wasn't it? Apologies, not Emir Tanju. Apologies. It wasn't Emir Tanju off the road. I think that was Dupe and Waze, I think. That's what Ian Silvestrian suggests, at least. So, we'll go with that assumption for the moment, but they're both in the barrier at this specific moment in time. So they find themselves in the wall. And, oh, that is damage to the tyre barrier as well. This could be... Could it be a red flag, I think? The tyre barrier is damaged. I feel like it'll need to be a red flag. So it's the number 5. So to confirm to you, it is... Yes, it is Charles Dupe. And we've got the number 39 involved. And that is Louis Eloise. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with the tyre barrier. If it's Formula 1, if it's anything on a Formula 1 weekend, it gets red flagged. But considering how this works, like this entire thing, considering the way they've done it, they are letting them race on the last lap when we've got cars parked on the side. Which, you know, I wasn't really happy with what I saw yesterday. You can't be, like, yeah, the yellow flags are out. Yeah, no one's going to overtake, but who knows? Someone may just send it. Which, you know, that would be a heavy punishment, but someone could just completely lose the car. At the end of the day, we've got 40 cars in total. Yes, we absolutely decreased, probably down to around 30-ish by the end of the race, so that's still a lot. These are the unfinished article. The track was dusty. It was the last on track. Visibility was low. Cars could easily spin. They could spin into the path of those stationary cars. I think it's quite unfair to be letting them race when they're literally on the tarmac yesterday. That was at the chicane. While it wasn't on the racing line, they can all just take the inside. But what if someone just absolutely runs out wide into the part of the stationary cars? And you know, while that wouldn't be at high speed, you don't want you just don't want cars hitting. You just don't want cars hitting stationary cars. There's a reason why. There's a very clear reason. We've got another car stopped further back. But there is a very clear reason why safety cars exist. I mean, at the end of the day, there's no point clearing it if you're just going to let them race. Like, quite ridiculous. I understand the desperate need that there might be at times of, yes, we've got to finish behind the green. We've got to make sure we finish behind the green. We can't let this contest end. I mean, develop some other ways. Then, I don't know. Develop some other ways. Savinkov has stopped. But yeah. I don't know, I always feel like... I mean, the only thing I can think of is you red flag the race. I know there's not enough time, but if you've got time, red flag the race. And then you get a green flag. Which, you know, I mean, and also make that very clear. Make that all very clear. I don't want the drama of, oh, so all of a sudden we can have a red flag. We can do this, we can do that. Just don't do any of that. Just make it very clear that any race, where there is appropriate time, we can have a red flag. And then we just end with a 1-lap shootout, 2-lap shootout, whatever there is. If there's not enough time, and if you want to end behind green, do it safely then. I know for this series, and I mean, yeah, this series is the desperate one. Well, it's very clear that even Formula 1 weren't that desperate to have a green flag finish in Canada. But Italian F1 seems very desperate, doesn't it, to have a green flag. But I'd suggest then in that case, if you really want a green flag, yesterday we were the last on-track action. Red flag it, you get about a 1-lap shootout at the end. And guess what? You get to finish behind the green and do so safely. Or you can at least... Well, let's say at least you then can just find yourself taking a step back and... you know, clearing out everything and then going racing safely. Or if there's a tight schedule, then there's a tight schedule. There's nothing you can do about that, unfortunately. But let's say if there's F2 or F3 or Porsche Super Cup or even F1 and they have time, which of course once again schedule dependent. F1 of course gets priority though, but schedule dependent and also F1 Academy. If you really want to end behind the green, then you have to just do that then. The red flag procedure. But the red flag has to be called immediately. Literally, as soon as you see a car stopped and you know it's going to be a safety car, you have to just click that button immediately. No hesitation, no time wasted. If it of course happens on lap number 39 and there's no time to restart, then, you know, that's just life. You just can't do anything about it. As the recovery continues. Very long safety car, understandably so. So, yeah, we are losing time right now. I feel like there will be questions asked regarding some of the decisions this weekend. And I think the drivers are fair to ask those questions. I mean, if you gained on those on that last lap, then you're like, oh, well, it worked for me. Let's just not question anything. If you lost, then you're absolutely fuming. So it will depend on driver's circumstance and who it favoured and who it didn't. But I mean, as a viewer, I like it. I like to see races end on the green. It's the most depressing thing, seeing everyone end behind the safety car. As a commentator, you want the racing to go down to the last lap. And if you're just sat there ending, knowing how the race is going to end, then it's quite sad. It is. But what I don't want is stationary cars on the side of the road and them to get hit when it's not safe, and it's not safe for anyone to go racing. I mean, also, what was the point of getting that green flag lap anyway? Turn 1 was the opportunity for Moose to come in yesterday. Turn 1 was the chance for a change of lead yesterday. We had a battle for the win at the end. Turn 1 was the best chance. Turn 1 was where the incident, so no one could overtake due to the yellows. You ruined the race anyway there, so it's like, may as well safety card it. Had that yellow not been there, the move I'm sure would have come a dive bomb or something would have happened. So in all honesty, no one actually really benefited or gained anything from that. So you should have really just ended behind the safety car. But anyway, I think that's enough. I think that's enough about yesterday's safety car and stuff. Back to this race, but we're still behind the safety car here actually. So it's like, you know, we're behind the safety car in this race. 19 minutes and 33. Well, it's already got down to 29. Okay, if you are joining us and you want to sync up with us, whether you're watching live or you're watching recorded later, right now we're at 19 minutes, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 19 minutes. So yeah, if anyone just wants to sync up with us, then there we go. Safety cars coming in at the end of this lap. Perfect. Perfect news, everybody. Let's get this race back going in Italian F4, shall we? Let's get it back going. Hopefully everybody is having a good start to their Sunday. A big day as well, I would like to say. And Steve Ryder, a broadcaster everyone will know well as well. He's having his retirement today, so from this broadcast, I would like to wish him the absolute best of luck. An elite career coming to a close, and it is a sad day for everyone at Alton Park, and not just for the British Touring Car Championship, but to everywhere he contributed to, including, of course, Salim Hanna. We mentioned how he was out in British F4. British F4, a series which heavily had inspiration and had his work provided over it, along with the minis, along with so many other series that were in support as well. So he is going to be heavily missed, Will Steve Ryder, a great broadcaster, and I'm 100% sure it won't be the last time we see him at a racetrack. But let's enjoy the last few moments of punditry by him. And of course we're going to have the British touring cars getting their day, getting started in about, should be very soon actually, with the opening stuff. But the on-track action, it just starts a bit later today, as we've not got a bigger schedule. But we've got a tight schedule here at Monza, and it means we do have to get Italian F4 racing. We can't be having a 30-minute delay. Unfortunately, we can't be having a 30-minute delay today and get away with it. We've got to get on with this race right here, right now. And I've been doing a lot of yapping, I've been doing a lot of waffling for a long time, so you'll be delighted to know they're about to get back going for this race. Here we go. Key Nakamura Berta bringing it down to the Parabolica on the last lap, on the last corner rather, on the safety car. 16 minutes 33 seconds plus 1 lap. I'd be concerned if it was the last lap already, and we've only just seen about 1 lap of racing. But we've got plenty of racing to hopefully come your way now. When does Key Nakamura Berta go? The answer is right now. Sebastian Weldon has got a good restart, and he is immediately alongside. So, Weldon immediately alongside. Let's see what he can do. But it's going to be a good restart coming in from Newman Shee, who's going to be in there as well. So, Newman Shee's got a chance. Can he find his way through? Past 2 cars down the straight on this restart. Weldon's been mugged. Weldon's going to lose a position, and Newman Shee will find himself past 2 cars into turn number 1. Samalisto's in second place. That is not what Weldon wanted. A good start, a good restart does not get rewarded. Cars absolutely everywhere in the background as we went down into turn number 1. And we expected a chaotic start. They've been behind the safety car for 10 minutes. They know that they have to get on with it. We don't know how much green flag running we'll get. It is Italian F4 at Monza at the end of the day. And we arrive down to the braking zone. Weldon knows he has to get ahead of Samalisto. Does he get it? By the time they get in our camera shot next time by, they are all heading into the second chicane wheel to wheel, and Weldon couldn't get ahead. So it's Samalisto who stays ahead, and we've got there Maximilian Popov diving to the inside and off the road. Off the road is Alexander Bondarev, I think. We had a Van Amersfoort car that was off. A Van Amersfoort's gone off. It's Marcus Sita rather. It's Marcus Sita who's gone off in the Van Amersfoort there. As we are nearly 2 wide, very nearly 3 wide. Will we need another safety car? I hope not. They're both, I think, going to be able to rejoin. So everything will be okay there. So, we confirm our order. Key Nakamura Berta, Newman Shee, Lucas Samalisto, and Sebastian Weldon through the gravel. Cars sprayed absolutely left and right as we go through the Ascari chicane. And we plunge down towards Parabolica. Weldon on the charge. To the inside of Parabolica he goes. And Sebastian Weldon improves his position. He gets past Lucas Samalisto. Can Weldon now go chase down his teammate? It is a Prema. 1, 2, and 3. Lucas Samalisto, though, wants to ruin that. Weldon may have taken the position at Parabolica, but it means you leave yourself vulnerable down the start-finish straight. Because the slipstream, the stronger slipstream, belonged to Samalisto, and he powers away by the time he hits the anchors for turn number 1. Meanwhile, we've got Anurag trying to put some pressure on, and he was up against Dante Vinci. Through the opening chicane we go on this circuit. We've got cars who are going to be really tight by the time we get down to Cavagrande. So, let's take a look at this one then. We are going to have loads of contenders. We have Andrei Kostic in there, further back. Into the braking zone we go. And down the inside, we've got Dante Vinci defending from Kabir Anurag in the Alpine liveried machine. You've got Bart Harrison in there as well. This is not the race that Sebastian Weldon wants. He's under pressure from Salim Hanna. Throwing it down to Lismo 1 around this circuit. Kirill Kutskov makes his way through. We've got a bit of debris there in the gravel as well. Gabriel Gomez is showing 37th right now. There's been an issue for Gabriel Gomez, we believe. He's right now being shown as 37th. Can Newmanchi put some pressure on his teammate? Up ahead, out in front. We go through the Ascari chicane. Here we go. Is there going to be an opportunity? Who's going to be dishing out the overtakes this time by? That's always our question that we ask in Italian F4. Because you always have so many different contenders involved. Bart Harrison stays ahead. He's just ahead of Alexander Ruta at the moment. Ruta, though, getting the much better traction of the corner. And he's going to get a chance to fight with him down the straight. Can he do it? Let's find out. Weldon's putting the pressure on Lucas Amalisto. So the never-ending story is about to continue down at turn number 1. Meanwhile, 3 wide further back very nearly, Anurag has 2 contenders battling with him. Weldon improves past Lucas Amalisto. Anurag will be wide at turn number 1. He won't be the only one. Bart Harrison has to cut across the chicane as well. Anurag rejoins and he will lose a position to Bart Harrison. He will lose a position as well to the Van Amersfoort car of Alexander Ruta. And off the road we go with Alexander Bondarev for the second time. Well, it was from the lead in race 1. In race 2, he found himself with a disappointment once more. In race 3, he's found himself round as we go down to the second chicane. Anurag, does he have some damage? He's gone off the road again. This time through the runoff area. He hasn't respected the runoff area to a full degree. I think he's got damage as Kabir Anurag is slowing. So Anurag slowing down at the moment. And the safety car is out once again. How exciting. The driver is backed by the Williams Academy. Alexander Bondarev was spun around. So, not his fault this time around. Just a disappointment. And it means that he's beached. Was that Arthur Lormier, I wonder? The car off. Talking about going off. We had a Van Amersfoort majorly off. It was Arthur Lormier, the driver, who we made contact with. Ascari chicane. We had Maxim Remov as well. Okay, this should be a quick recovery. Oh, never mind. Anurag stopped as well. Well, commentators cursed that. Literally, as soon as I say that, oh, it'll be a quick recovery. Never mind. We just cut to Anurag also stopped on the circuit. Okay, 2 cars, 2 different locations to be cleared. Until the action, in the words of Joshua Birch, can be resumed. We're having a lot of fun, aren't we, on this broadcast, everybody? You just listening to me? I know. Very exciting, guys. I'm just as thrilled as you are. Well, I mean, I'm thrilled to be talking to you, but don't know how thrilled you are to be listening to me. Okay, right. So, Newmanchi, doing well. Really well, isn't he? It was great to be able to watch and see Newmanchi. It was great to be able to watch and see him get close to Kid Nakamura Berta. And what that tells me about Newmanchi is he's going to be in contention in a few moments' time. And he got the gap down to 1/10. I mean, we cut to him at the second chicane and he was trying to make the move. We were covering so many different things, but it looked like he was close. Now he's going to be in second. I mean, Weldon has a chance to jump in, but we'll see what happens with that. If he maintains second, if he doesn't let K and B get away, he's going to get a chance to fight him. I think that is fair to say. And the most important thing is, of course, if he can jump K and B on the restart. But he's gone up 4 places. Shout outs as well to the drivers in 9th and 10th. Luca Ricciano and Emanuele Olivieri have both gained 10 positions. Alex Powell has gained 11. Kirill Kutskov has gained 12. Guy Albag has gained 15. My word. I mean, things you only see in Italian F4. We've got a 40 car grid, so that is the reason why. We're getting so many changes. Guess what, everybody? Safety car's coming in at the end of this lap. So I don't have to invent things in my head to talk about. And I can talk about and call you the action on the circuit. I don't know which is harder. Because there's so much going on the circuit. Or is me just having to fill airtime? Fun. Don't know. Let's see. Let's find out. Okay. To the Ascari chicane we go. Deep breath, everybody. We're about to get going for 7 minutes and 30 seconds plus 1 lap. This is going to be fun, isn't it? This is going to be really fun. Let's see who's going to be able to do what on this restart then. Key Nakamura Berta bunches the field up. Everyone goes in a line, or at least that's what some people are. Everyone else is spreading out a little bit, trying to still generate some heat into those tyres. Key Nakamura Berta is really slowing them up. Newman Shi is going to want to get by. This race so far, we've not seen anyone jump our race leader. Could that be about to change? Could that be something that we do see change? Here we go then. This is the exciting moment. This is the moment where it all depends on when does Key Nakamura Berta decide to go. Through the Parabolica. We're about to go racing once again. Key Nakamura Berta slowing them all up. When does he decide to go? The answer is right now, but Newman Shi is going to stay with him. Weldon's got a good restart as well. This is going to be so tight. One of the closest restarts we've had in this race so far. Key Nakamura Berta knows he has to defend. Newman Shi pulls to the outside. He won't be the only one. Weldon's going to get a chance as well. It is 3 wide for the lead between the Premiers. Key Nakamura Berta's been mugged. Newman Shi hits the front. Weldon around the outside to possibly gain 2 positions. Newman Shi's all out of shape. Weldon has to cut across the opening chicane. Who's going to be in the lead after all of that one when they rejoin? I think it's going to be Newman Shi. It's going to be Weldon for the moment, but I think he'll have to give that one back 100% there. So surely Newman Shi, yes, he's going to be reinstated back to the front of the field. So it's Prema still 1, 2 and 3. Could be Prema 1, 2, 3 and 4 because Salim Han has got a chance to gain a position. He's trying to go around the outside there and contact further back as they make their way through. So there's some contact involved. There we have a little bit of a dive bomb coming in. You've got Dante Vinci in the mix. He's battling up against Alexander Ruti. You've got Bart Harrison up against Dante Vinci. 5 minutes to go. And all hell is breaking loose. Oh! Venom's for off. Dante Vinci. Dante Vinci's off. So we were talking about... And this car... Oh, we've got another safety car. We've got another safety car. Dante Vinci and Alexander... yeah, Dante Vinci is involved. Ooh, okay. We're gonna have time to resume this, don't worry. But... It's like, come on, guys. Can we get some momentum, please? Can we get racing? Oh. This is unbelievable. We need a replay of what happened there. Apologies, I missed it. And I think Ian Silvestrian, I'm being told, also missed the incident. Apparently it was on camera, but we both managed to miss it. I think it must have been somewhere at the back, but we were focused at the front. Apologies for that one. Newman Shi is going to now be the leader. Weldon will be in second, and he's ahead of his championship rival. I'm excited for a sprint all the way at the end to see who's going to win this. What a moment it would be for Sebastian Weldon if he is able to get to the top step. Right. Let's see. Oh. So it was just... running out wide through the gravel, and I think Alexander Ruta was also off, but he was able to continue. So it was through the exit of the second chicane, the run towards Lismo 1, but he didn't get anywhere near Lismo 1. He was trying to go around the outside. I think he just drove himself into the gravel and found himself losing it there. That's what I can suggest from the camera angle that we were provided in that example. I'm being told apparently there's three F4 races going on at the moment. We've got 3 F4 races going on at once, everybody. God. There's four F4 certified championships on this weekend. FIA certified, to be specific. So it's like, what is going on? There's so many F4 championships. It's good that we only cover British F4, because I'm going to be losing it if there's 3 on at once. It's like, guys, I don't have enough resources to be able to do one and then, you know, also manage to do 2 others. Unfortunately, there's only one of me, guys. So thank God we don't cover, yeah, seriously, thank God we don't cover 3 F4 championships. or we would find ourselves in a heap of trouble at the moment, trying to work things out. There's 3 F4 championships and British F4's not on. Surprising. So it must be then Spanish F4, French F4, and of course Italian F4. So those must be the 3 that are on right now. Safety cars coming in at the end of this lap, by the way. We're gonna get, this is the penultimate lap, so we're gonna get, no, sorry, this is, so yeah, this is going to be, we'll make our way across the line. That'll be the penultimate lap, and then we'll have then it'll be the final lap. So the lap we're about to start is going to be the penultimate lap. That's if, well, that is if they get on with it. They do need to get on with it for that to be the case, to be fair. But right, okay. Deep breath, everybody. Here we go. Italian F4's about to get into action. In the words of Joshua Birch. I always give credit. Anyway. Here we go then. Yep, touring cars, 11:30 is when we'll be on for that. In about 91 minutes time. Newman Chi is really backing them all up. We might be about to go on to the final lap if he doesn't get on with it. I think he's really slowing them up because he doesn't want it. He's trying to reduce a lap. He's trying to reduce a lap. Okay, here we go. So it will not be a last lap shootout. He's trying to reduce the lap. So this is clever stuff from Newman Chi. He does not want it to be a last. He does not want to give everyone 2 laps. So, this is now, oh, big crash in the background there, big accident on the restart. He was really backing them up, was our race leader, and the reason he backed everyone up was because he wanted this to be the last lap. He let the time run out, and it means we're on to the last lap. We've had a big crash immediately at the back, and we're wheel to wheel. The 2 title contenders side by side, in the battle for second place. Weldon around the outside, the 3 Primers go at it, at the front of the field, and it's going to be Newman Chi who gets there. Cars left and right in the background. Who's going to be in second? Lucas Samalisto's passed them all. What has happened? Where's Weldon? Where's Weldon gone? He's slowing. Yes, Seb Weldon's lost out. Sebastian Weldon has lost loads of positions there. It's all gone wrong for Sebastian Weldon. He finds himself dropping down the order massively. And Key Nakamura Bata's dropped down as well. So the 2 title contenders have had issues. Where have they gone? So they've both slowed down. There is Sebastian Weldon. The contenders for the title have surely had contact and we missed it. Wow, incredible. So the TV directors missed that one there as we were focused on all of the other chaos that was going on this last lap. The title contenders have had contact surely at some point on that lap. They've both disappeared. Lucas Amalisto's up to second place. Newman Chi at the front of the field. We've had so many different Primers battling at the front. He's gonna finally get his moment this season. We'll need a replay of what happened there, because that's drama between the title contenders. To drop down, Key Nakamura Bata finds himself in 21st. Sebastian Weldon finds himself in 12th, while it's drama for the contenders for the title. It is sublime. At the front of the field for another Prema driver, Newman Chi will finally get his moment this season as he comes out of the final corner. He will come across the line under yellow flags to win the race as he takes the checkered flag first at Monza. Lucas Amalisto is in second and Salim Hanna takes third across the line. And we have Bart Harrison in fourth. We have Visciani who gets fifth. Absolutely extraordinary stuff there. It's been a dramatic race. But what on earth happened to the title contenders? That's the only words I have. I can't believe we've missed that major moment. Let's take a look at a replay. Right. So we're looking at the contact further back. The Van Amersfoort was off the road. I think that was Alexander Ruta. But we need to see what happened. Did the title contenders make contact? This was turn number 1. Turn number 2. They did! The contenders for the title made contact. Weldon was off. Keen Nakamura Berta was off. We were looking further back. But it was contact between first and second place in the championship. And going into this weekend, I predicted how round 1 was the preview that we're going to have these two great drivers battle for the title this year. Round 2 was the first bit of boiling over in race 2, where they had a bit of controversy with them forcing each other out wide on the last lap. And race 3, I predicted this would be the weekend where the first contact comes. And the first contact did come. And they find themselves pushing each other out of the top 10 on that last lap. Unbelievable. Wow. Okay. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless at the moment. Wow. Okay. Unbelievable. Italian F4 delivering all the way to the end. We'll stay for the podium ceremonies. And we'll enjoy the podium ceremonies as well. God, wow. I am speechless after that race. It's like, and the fact I predicted that the title contenders would make contact is just brilliant. I predicted before the weekend got started, before qualifying even happened. I mean, Keen Nakamura Berta could have been down in 40th position for all I knew at that time. But no, I predicted they would make contact. Which, to be fair, he was down in 13th for one race. But he still managed to get alongside and fight with Weldon, who was the winner of race 1. Okay, well, 3 different winners. All 3 being Premas in their home race. What is going on? We've got a whole car park arriving to the pit lane, everybody. Guys, calm down. We're heading into the pit lane. This is single file stuff. You're not meant to be going wheel to wheel. They're all slowing down drastically, and I'm not surprised. We need some traffic lights for these people. We need traffic lights at this stage. They're all arriving down at once. It's like, God. We have a driver driving on the grass even. To some degree. What is going on? I think this just sums up the Italian Forest. I think they're finally getting to single file. And they know what they're doing. That's brilliant, isn't it? That is brilliant news. Brilliant stuff. We love brilliant stuff. Okay. So, another Prema. Another winner at their home race. Let's head down to Ian Silvestrian for some of the celebrations and interviews from that extraordinary race.
4 championship, congratulations. Newman Chi, he wins at the Temple of Speed here at Monza.
Silence falls on a circuit momentarily. I mean, it's a good excuse for me to talk over some actual track noise, because Ian Silvestrian's gone silent. By the way, Nathan Richards is holding an event, a charity event as well, this weekend. And we have hit 2K. So great work for him to hit 2K, but he'll be going bold, by the way. So next time he turns up on our broadcast, just remember that. I'll make sure that we get him on very quickly to make sure that we make.
There's Salim to the right of your screen. Third outright, second rookie, Newman Chi, top rookie, and the outright victory here this morning. Racing with us in WSK International World Karting, starting a good half decade ago in the 60 mini category. Wow, a breakthrough win for the driver from the People's Republic of China. Newman Chi, he spoke to Laura Cola before the grid, and he's down in pit lane as a race winner.
First and well-deserved victory. You took full advantage after the restart, after the second safety car, and no mistake in the last one.
Yeah, it was like the restarts were like almost perfect. I was honestly very satisfied with it. Like, I don't really have much words to say because this is probably the best race I've ever raced in my life yet, and I will do better in the future for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Interesting words. He will do his best.
Newman makes his way up to the podium along with Luca and Salim as we take a look at the highlights of the final race here this morning. King Nakamura from pole position, a great getaway from Luca Samalisto and Max Popov. Sebastian Weldon from the outside front row of the grid, but King Nakamura KMB down into turn one in position one as Luca moved up into second place. Sebastian giving him space. That's the corner ultimately where Nakamura and Weldon would come together on the final lap of the race. Already Newman Chi making his way on through the first safety car intervention. And then this, Alexander Bondarev into the gravel for the third time this weekend. The Williams rookie was out. Sebastian Weldon tried to repeat what he did yesterday, almost pulled off another sensational move. Relinquished the place to Newman Chi, who was back into P1. Lucas Samalisto in second place. Bart Harrison, a great drive to finish in P4. Dante Vinci into the gravel, bringing out the safety car for the final time. Newman Chi critically had gone through to P1, had to defend, and then watch this. First and second in the championship, second and third in the race. The two teammates, Nakamura and Sebastian Weldon, drive each other into the gravel. They both rejoin. Nakamura finishing 21, Sebastian Weldon 12, but Newman Chi takes victory for the first time in the Italian F4 Championship here at Monza. A well-deserved victory for young Newman. Salim Hanna, the Colombian, second in the rookie race, third outright. Lucas Samalisto second. Once again, a great pleasure to have the great Giancarlo Minardi recently relinquishing his role of president of the Imola Formula One circuit, but a very popular figure in the paddock. Great to have Mr. Giancarlo presenting the trophies to third place Salim, second Luca, and Newman smiling on the top step of the podium.
Grazie, dunque applausi.
Newman Chi wins for the first time in the Italian F4 Championship. Standing on the podium with Lucas Samalisto and Salim Hanna, the young Colombian rookie, a Prema Racing 1-3, split by Luca in second place. King Nakamura finishes down in 21st position in a frustrating final race of the weekend here at Monza. But the Japanese driver is still the championship leader. Going to round 4, that's on July 13 at the former home of the Tuscan Formula One Grand Prix as the boys celebrate on top of the podium. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage here this morning. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at Mugello for round 4 on July 13.
Thank you very much, Ian. And I can echo those thoughts as well. It has been an absolute pleasure to have your company this weekend in Italian Formula 4. It has been another interesting round. Mugello is next up, as Ian mentioned, and that is when we will see you next time when Italian F4 returns for what will be another exciting and chaotic installment of the category.